Okay, let's talk about Canvas views because I know that some of you may or may not know what this is, but it's a really useful skill to have in Showup because it allows you to add a little of interaction and kind of a scrolling effect. It allows you to present a lot of information in a smaller area, and there's just a lot of really fun things you can do with Canvas views, and I'm going to kind of show you how they work and how to make one kind of from scratch. So this is an example of a Canvas view. This is a review widget. So basically how it works is whenever you come upon this canvas, when you're scrolling down the page, you can see that it displays 4 customer or client reviews. And when I would hit either of these arrows, it will scroll to another set of 4 reviews. You could duplicate that time and time again to where you have, then your 4, then 8, then 12, then whatever, 16, however many you want. I do recommend kind of not going overboard with it, but it is fun and it's interactive, and I think it's really cool. You can do this in so many different areas of your website. It does not have to be a testimonial or a review area. I've seen it done with, photos, services, just all kind of things. So take a look and you'll start noticing them on other websites, and you're going to think, oh, I know exactly how they did that. And maybe it's a similar idea that you could incorporate into yours. I'm going to make a completely new one. So let's go ahead and delete this. And let's say I want to do a customer review that has a picture of my client or my customer. I want it to be a round photo. I love using round photos for client reviews. I just think it's so cute and kind of personal. Okay, so as you can see, I need to kind of check. Let's go with maybe 220 on mobile. We will do 230 on desktop. Okay, perfect, looking good. So what I want to do now is add in her testimonial. So maybe I want to do like a call out on the top here. Want it to be white, want it to be a little larger. So we will go ahead and put Nadine was amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that there. Okay, now we are going to, I'm just going to grab some sample text here. I'm going to copy it. You can copy and paste anything you see throughout canvases, on the pages. So I grab that and I'm going to hit Control V to paste. I'm going to go ahead and change the color on desktop and mobile. I am going to align them, center align them. And I'm going to put some quotation marks here. Okay, maybe space it out a little bit, kind of line it up. Okay, let's come over here, move the text. And as you can see, the way I have it set now is I just have a solid color set for the background on mobile and an image with the color overlay on desktop. You can do these differently. They don't have to match up exactly, and you'll start to see that some things just work better on desktop than mobile, especially when you're talking about images. But the options, like I said, are endless, so get creative with it. Okay, so here is the testimonial. I think it looks good. We just need to add her name in there. So I'm going to come in here and put her name. I'm going to change it to white. I am going to center align everything again. You can see it nudged it over a little bit. Come over here, do the same thing. Okay, so now this is our first canvas view. You can see here on the left it says view 1, and these are the different things that are in the canvas view. So I have not removed the second canvas. Remember, there were 2 canvases. So if I come here, we should see, the old format with 4 reviews, which we're going to need to remove because we don't want it to slide to that. Or maybe you do. You can mix up these canvas views. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete. Okay, so now we're just left with 1 canvas view. So to make another canvas view, you can come here and click add canvas view, and it'll add basically an empty folder, and you can just drag those things in there. Or you can duplicate, which is what I want to do because I want everything to stay in the exact same place that it is. I just want to swap out the information. Okay, I want to swap out the photo, the text, and all of that. So I'm just going to hit duplicate here, and you can see it added a second one. So I'm going to click into here, and now I'm in the second canvas view. I'm going to switch these photos out. Okay, so as you can see, this is the kind of typical thing you will run into. Like I just, typed a new heading. Well, now it needs to be adjusted a little bit because it's wrapping the two lines and it's really close to the paragraph. So you have a couple ways you can do this. You can simply move this up to give it more space. Or you can stretch this out so that way it spans the entire width of the line. And then you'll just come here, group your things again. I'm telling you, it's like the best tool ever invented. You're going to love it. And I just need to make sure it looks the same on mobile. So again, just going to go ahead and move these down a little bit. Everything looks great. Okay, so now we need to be able to get from one canvas view to the next canvas view. And we can do that by adding like a bit of navigation. Go ahead and center this. Let's go ahead and center everything so it's nice and okay. So we're going to click on the first view. So what we want to do is add some navigation buttons, either some buttons or some arrows. I like to use arrows because I think they're pretty straightforward, and typically you're using buttons for other things like call to actions and whatever. So I'm going to come down here under icon. I am going to select the icon color. I want it to be, no, let's go with white. I'm going to move it over here. Now I'm going to come to the icon chooser and I'm going to use this arrow. Let's do the same here. If the arrow is selected, we want to change it to white, okay? So now we want to maybe size these down. We don't really want them to be that large. Maybe I want them on the side of her photo here. And then here we're just going to want it to the edge of the canvas, centered, okay? So now the icon is here. We've got it in place. It's the correct size we like. Now we need to add a click action to this icon. So that way when anyone clicks it, it does the functionality we want. So I'm going to come down here to click actions. And remember how I said you can link anything to anything? You could, when you click this, you could link it to a page or to go to the top of the page or a specific URL. But for now, what we're going to do is add a click action. Oh no, sorry. We're going to do a canvas view. I'm sorry about that. Okay, you're going to click canvas and we want it to go to the next canvas view. Okay, so we want this canvas, next view. Now you have the option for it to scroll to the canvas. So like if this canvas was not kind of centered on the screen, whenever you hit this button, it's going to scroll to make this like center of your attention on the screen. I don't typically use that though. I just leave that off. But you do want it to reverse direction and to loop. So you want it to basically loop through, whatever views you have. So it looks good. And now we need to make one to go to the previous and put, for an arrow for the other side. So I'm just going to take it here, hit Control to copy and Control V. Control C and Control V, sorry. Choose the correct icon, center it up, and then under click actions, we want to select previous, okay? And then make sure to move it in place on mobile. All right, there we go. So now we just need to select both of these and center them up on the canvas. Now let's preview. All right, and let's see how it works. So, what do you notice? You notice, for one thing, this fades in. We want to remove that. And the other thing is these arrows only appear on the first canvas view. Now, why is that? Let's go take a look. This happens all the time when you add things to a canvas with views. So whenever you add something new to a canvas after canvas views have been set up, it's always going to dump them into a canvas, okay? So I just take whatever objects you don't want in that canvas view, and you're going to put them above the canvas views or below them. You could also put them down here. Basically what this means is that it doesn't matter which canvas view is being displayed on your screen at that time. The arrows are always going to be visible, okay, because they're not in a canvas view. So they're here just on the canvas. They're not included in either of these folders. So, okay, that was one thing we noticed. So the other thing was these text blocks seem to have a transition, like an animated fade effect on them, because we copied them from another canvas. So this is why you always want to check and make sure that these things are doing, what you want them to do, because there are so many options. So what you're going to do is just change this from fade to none, and that way it's just going to automatically appear when you get to this canvas. It'll already be on the page. And then I want to do the same thing in view 2. Select none. Okay, and we should be good now. So let's preview the page. And we're going to scroll down here. And there it is. It looks great. And you just learned how to do this from scratch. So you can do this, like I said, with a lot of different things. But yep, the arrows work. And so now what you can do is add more of these. So maybe you have 3 or 4 client reviews. So you just take them, hit this little drop down, and duplicate as many as you want. And it'll be all set up and ready to go.